Okay, tell me where you work.
I work at the post office in Erie, PA.
Tell us what happened this morning, November the 5th.
To be those who just waited and waited for our turn.
When the mail carrier delivered mail to the Rosemont home of retired radio traffic reporter John Brown earlier this week, one piece was from Washington, D.C.
It was for the inauguration. It was, it was for the president and the vice president, and they would like to have my body present, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, just a wee too late.
Washington is getting ready for a party tonight. I can tell you they have had this stage set up here behind me all week long. They are back out there setting things up, getting everything ready. And, just on the other side of me here, on the other side of the camera, just outside the security perimeter, we have seen people driving by, honking, cheering, families with young children. The poor Secret Service here is trying to move people along. But we are just about 10 minutes down the road from Joe Biden's house. The campaign has been waiting for this moment for a very long time. Joe Biden, as we have said, has been waiting to deliver this speech tonight for 30 years through 3 runs at the White House. We've gotten glimmers of what we may hear tonight in his remarks over the last few days. I suspect you will continue to hear him hit on the themes that he has been throughout this campaign, calling for unity, saying that he is the leader who can bring this country together. It is a massive task, but Joe Biden has made it very clear over the last few days that he's ready to get to work.
Massive task that begins right now. He won't be inaugurated until January 20th.
Leave you with one more point here. I know a lot of voices to get to. But I was talking about the vote margins here, not percentages now. We're talking about margins. 100 votes in this county, 1,000 votes over here. This is Pennsylvania. This is the map as it is right now. Pittsburgh, Allegheny out here. Philadelphia, the collar counties down here in the southeast.
Get voting rights to be those who just waited and waited for our turn. It's been a long time coming. I thought about my mom and my grandmother this morning. They didn't have the right to vote, but I did. I spent all my life believing that the right to vote was the key to our future. And because of the American people, the faith, those who did not see color, gender, those who believed that it was about confidence and just
Donna, we're all moved by how moved you are, and it is always such a significant moment when we watch these milestones be breached. And it also is a time when we can bring people together. There has been such an extraordinary division in this country. And I want to know what your thoughts are. What would your advice be to this Biden team and Kamala Harris, Biden and Harris team going forward? How do they reach across to a lot of people in this country who are going to feel the opposite of what many are feeling today in the streets?
When President Trump was elected 4 years ago, I happened to be in the ballroom during the Clinton campaign. I was chair of the party. And I had to walk down the streets of New York with people celebrating. And I said, I understand how it feels. I've been there. Mm-hmm. So let us have this celebration, but we got to get together. We got to work together. To solve the problems of this country, we need solutions that fit everyone, not blue states, red states. This is a moment for us to find those solutions. This country is pleading for us. And I say us because I consider myself to be one of the leaders of the party. But it is pleading for us to come together to fix these problems, to solve some of the problems, to make sure that we can get this virus under control. So, Martha, I'm going to be that person inside the Democratic Party that says, there are friends on that other side that cares about this country like us. There are people who voted for you. There are people who care. They don't want partisan solutions. They want solutions. And yes, we can do it together. That's the person I'm going to be tomorrow. But tonight I'm going to celebrate. Chris Christie, my friend, sent me something very special.
We have all won by exposing the communist Chinese, by exposing the globalists, by exposing the pedophile rings, by exposing the fact this is really a fight between good versus evil. Now, I'm personally a Christian, and I believe in God. I know God's real, and I've experienced it in my life. But even if you don't believe in God, it's important to recognize that there is good in this world, there is evil. And there are people out there that want to do you harm because they enjoy doing bad. And what I see happening across the spectrum of different political views is people finally get that. They finally understand that they're not being naive anymore. Don't ever project your decency and your goodness onto other people until they've proven what they stand for and who they are, or you're going to get hurt. But those of you out there that have done your own research and discovered who's good and who is faithful, will then come together with those organizations and support them like InfoWars. Because without your support, InfoWars would not exist. Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson were the hottest country music in the 70s and 80s because they were known as outlaw country. Why, they didn't do what Nashville told them, and they sang songs about cheating on their wife, and they admitted they smoked marijuana. And so did Hank Williams Jr. Well, that's all great, and I love their music. But folks, we're the real Mavericks. We're the real outlaw information. InfoWars isn't famous as a underground operation because we smoke dope. We're famous because we...
I don't think I wasn't supposed to hear that. I was one of the last carriers in the building. I don't even think he realized I was still there.
Okay, tell me where you work.
I work at the post office in Erie, PA.
Tell us what happened this morning, November the 5th.
This morning I was casing my route, and I saw the postmaster pull one of our supervisors to the side. And as he was pulling the supervisor, it was really close to where my case was, so I was able to listen in. And I heard him say to the supervisor that they messed up yesterday. I was like, oh, what did they mess up on? And he told the supervisor that they had postmarked one of the ballots for the 4th instead of the 3rd, because they were supposed to put them for the 3rd.
Why was he upset?
Because, well, he's honest to God, he's actually a Trump hater. But because it may have came from Pittsburgh. I don't know the whole details because I'm not a supervisor. All these ballots that are coming in today, tomorrow, yesterday, are all supposed to be postmarked the 3rd.
Do you believe that order still stands?
Yes, no doubt, considering that they still want us to pick up ballots tomorrow. They had a specific meeting, safety meeting, where one of the higher ups, Rob and Stephanie, basically told us to make sure we pick up the ballots and give them directly to the supervisor.
Rob, the postmaster.
Yes.
And you're telling me that they're still asking people to pick up ballots tomorrow, November 6th?
Yes.
There's a whistleblower inside your office that says that you have been ordering employees to backdate ballots to November 3rd from November 4th and 5th.
That's untrue, and I don't talk to reporters, thank you.
Okay, but we've had multiple sources say that this is happening. He hung up the phone on me.
When the mail carrier delivered mail to the Rosemont home of retired radio traffic reporter John Brown earlier this week, one piece was from Washington, D.C.
It was for the inauguration. It was, it was for the president and the vice president, and they would like to have my body present, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, just a wee too late.
An invitation to the presidential inauguration on January 20th.
I took a picture of it, put it on Facebook, and all of a sudden, you have people saying, oh, I got mine yesterday, and I got mine a week ago, and I just got mine. And all of a sudden, everybody's telling you that they've got their invitation.
Brown says there were about 40 of his Facebook friends, also Trump campaign supporters, who got their invitations recently.
It was under $100, okay. So I donated a couple of times. Okay. Once you donate for it once, boom, 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 you start getting emails all the time. But I did donate a couple of times, but it wasn't a lot of money.
So the inauguration obviously over, right? So John put